Good morning and welcome to our Friday show on the mark, Inside News. Thanks very much for joining us, myself and Shaheel. We're going to go through this card as best we can. A couple of tough races and then I thought one or two bankers, but let's see how we go. Remember, there's a massive pick 8 carryover still. I think there was just almost 9 million going forward till tomorrow, so I would imagine the pool is going to be well over 10 million rupees. Let's see how we can go about finding a couple of winners for you as far as that pick 8 is concerned. First race, you got to load. There's no doubt that you have to load this first race. Number 9, Romanus. That was a very good win last time. He finally got it all together when he beat Enzo Borrego. And if I'm not mistaken, it was on objection that day, and yeah, it was an objection. And but anyway, he was running on nicely, and I think I was very happy with his work on Tuesday morning, alongside Perplexing. Shaheel, I've mentioned before, some horses take a long time to win, but when they do, they gain a little bit of confidence. And Olivier Placé back on board. He's gone on quite well with this horse. He's run third to Varside and second to Superstitious. So Olivier Placé gets on well with him. He's going to be drawn 7. He must have a chance.
Yeah, he must have a chance. You know, his early form in the season was pretty good. And then they tried him over 1500 and in the mile where he didn't really perform. Now they're dropping him back to the 1400 where he performed last time. In fact, he won. Sticking with the 1400 could probably be the right option with him.
Yeah, he ran a good race in a benchmark 31 when he was only rated 21. He's now, obviously with that win, he's gone back up to a 23. But he's done well in a 31, and he's probably a little bit better than what he's shown us. And hopefully that win will give him a bit of confidence. What else? I mean, obviously Red Indy, he's done quite well this year. He must have a chance in this sort of race. And then the horse that I spotted on Tuesday morning was Star of Zeus. The horse that he fly jumped badly last time, but he ran on quite nicely, and he's drawn 1. He's got tongue tie for the first time. I suppose he must have a chance here as well.
His 2 runs have been in benchmark of 31, so it's going to be his first time in 0.25.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and yeah, in South Africa, 6 runs, 3 places. So I would definitely add in Star of Zeus. And then last time winner Artax, he's got well, you got to respect him. I see Naresh Jaglal's brother has come down to ride for. I think he's got the
full card
for the Gilbert race.
No, it's different stables.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how he goes.
I like this Artax actually. In fact, I'm going to make him my first choice because looking at the card, I don't see any real front runner. He probably could be the only front runner in the race. And last time when he was in front, he was never stopping. Sir Capers was coming, but he wasn't stopping. And in fact, Sir Capers came out and franked the form last week. So I'm going to stick with Artax, and Tejas Jagla is a good front running jockey. I've watched him ride in South Africa. In fact, he won Monday on Flamingo Park. So he's a nice guy when he rides from the front. Obviously, his first ride here at the Chanavas won't be easy, but let's see if he can start with a bang. Yeah.
Okay, at the end of the day, it looks like the first race is going to be quite tough. You're going to have to add quite a couple of horses here for your pick 8. I mean, you can't, even Fortissimo, Sacred Knight, last time Derek David decided to ride him instead of Jetpath as well. After the order, he's run a good second to Mr. Hardy. Tough race. I'm going to go with Romanus. You're going with Artax.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the first race. It's behind us. Let's hope we get through. I have added quite a couple of horses in my pick 8. It does get a bit easier. The second race is a 990 benchmark 36, and I like the look of number 5, Roman Dancer. Very, very impressive workout on Tuesday morning. He's going to be drawn, well, he's still drawn 6. There was a good win last time. On form, looks like Vision Trust probably has him held because he has beaten him quite convincingly. Vision of Trust drawn 2. That was a terrific run behind Superstitious from the 10 draw last time as well. But on form, it looks like Vision of Trust has got him held. But I just feel that Roman Dancer has taken a bit of time to find his feet. He's now sort of a more mature horse, and I think that he could possibly turn the tables on Vision of Trust.
Yeah, I agree, because his win of last time was full of merit, I would imagine, because he broke from barrier 9, and it's never easy to win a race from barrier 9 on the 990. Better drawn this time, like you mentioned. Good work Tuesday morning. He's a horse that's keeping on improving, and like I mentioned on Wednesday, he's a horse with ability to win 2 races as a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. You must have some kind of ability, and he's a beautiful son of Crusade. He's just got that common look about him. I'm going to make him hard to beat too.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say he's going to be hard to beat. I mean, I sort of I go with what you're saying. I'm just a little bit worried that Vision of Trust beat him so easily. Yeah. They meet on the same terms, and this time Vision of Trust is drawn 2 as well. But I'm still going to make Roman Dancer my first choice. I think he can turn the tables on Vision of Trust purely because I feel Roman Dancer is sort of aggressive. Yeah, he's sort of just getting better with racing, and another horse that's pulled off that win here could have a little bit more confidence. And then obviously you've got to respect AP Strike. He finished in front of Vision of Trust last time, if I'm not mistaken. And he was drawn a little bit better than Vision of Trust. So that's why I'm going to put Vision of Trust in front of AP Strike. Vision of Trust jumped from that 10 draw, whereas AP Strike had the 4 draw. So he's drawn a lot better this time. That's why I'm going to go with Vision of Trust. But I still believe that Roman Dancer is going to be my first choice.
So am I. I'm going to stick with him, and I think we got the same trifecta. That is Roman Dancer, Vision of Trust, and AP Strike.
Okay, perfect. Right, let's move over to the third race, the Jeep USA Souvenir Cup. It's a 1400. It is a benchmark 41. I suppose we have to lean towards the joint champion 3-year-old Viking Trail. He's got some cracking form, and he's run behind Good Buddy. He's beaten Rule the Night, although he was obviously very difficult, unlucky. Well, Rule the Night was unlucky that day. Viking Trail probably got the best of the luck there. But before that, he's run behind horses like Avdik. Last time it was a dead heat between him and Apollo Star. These two dead heated. So I suppose there's not a lot of between Viking Trail and Apollo Star, but I just think maybe that the 1400 is probably going to be in more in favour of Apollo Star. He hit the front last time when they dead heated for that second place between Sacred Flame. He hit the front. He got collared off very late. This is why I think the 1400 is going to be in his favour, Viking Trail. I'm going to make him my first choice. Second choice, I'll go Apollo Star. They finished on top of each other. There's absolutely nothing between them. And then Sentido, that was a nice run behind Uzo last time.
Yeah, I also like Viking Trail. Yeah, he's a horse that his form absolutely stands out on paper, and he's a horse that, like Vasco Street Tractor last week, they're still working out with him, and he's worked out pretty well on Tuesday with Jamais, who keeps the ride. So he's a progressive sort 3-year-old co-champion, like you mentioned. I'm sure he's gonna run a cracker tomorrow. Apollo Star, obviously the danger from barrier 1. I don't know if he'll be able to lead or he can just sit and follow. And I agree with you with Sentido. That was a good run in a benchmark of 56. Now he drops to 41. He could possibly be in the trifecta quartets here.
Yep. All right. Well, the third race looks like it's going to be between 4 and 5. Those are the two main contenders as far as the third race is concerned. Right. Then we move over to the fourth race. It's a 1500-meter benchmark 51. Daryl Holland was suspended last meeting for 2 weeks. I've seen that he's decided to ride, and I would imagine it's probably because of this horse, Afdik. He rides him so well. He won 3 in a row on him, and after the good second to Mind Blowing. He probably could have maybe just needed that last run. It was a 2-month layoff. Drawn 2 this time, like I said, Daryl Holland and this horse get on like a house on fire. And that was a terrific run to Uzo. I remember they all finished across the track. And I do think that Aftik is probably going to take, he's going to be my first choice in race 4. The dangers, probably Bonnie Prince. Have a look at the horses he's run behind. Ernie, Walltag, Barrack Street, Cool at Heart. He's got some tough, he's taken on some tough horses. In fact, there's not many horses that have run second to Cool at Heart that are now in the benchmark 51, and therefore I think Bonnie Prince must have a chance here as well. And then Ticket Holder, one of my 2 to follow. Yeah, it's quite a big step up in class for him, but I like that third behind Dollar Tractor last time. It was a nice encouraging run. He's drawn 1, he's only got the 55.5 on his back. I do think that he could possibly run a place here as well. Shaheel, how do you look at it? What do you think?
Same as you, Avdik. Was in disgrace in a benchmark of 56 last time. 51 is going to be much more easier, I would say. Daryl Holland gets back on board. He's not riding the Princess Margaret Cup, so that's probably Avdik is his best ride on the card. Yeah. But for second and third, I actually like Redline Captain, because he's a horse that I've mentioned on Wednesday. He's a horse that I really like. He drops to the 51, but the 1500 could be on the sharp side. I see that they've put on the side winkers with him. Probably they're going to try a tactical move, that is to take the first run of Avdik. That could probably pay off, but I'm sure Avdik's going to come and catch him in the middle of the straight. And then for third, probably Yankee Doodle Dandy. He's back after injury, but he cannot be discounted, this horse. He's such a consistent sort, and he's been looking well at track work, so I'll give him a place chance.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like it's one of those races. It's Afdik or it's everyone. So, yeah. So let's hope that Daryl Holland does the job for us on number 1, Afdik. Right, race number 5, 1850, benchmark 61, and we discussed this race on Wednesday morning already, before we even saw the program. Perplexing, Titsikoma Dance, these two obviously stand out. And then obviously, I suppose, Rapid Attack, Manuel Nunes has decided that he will part ways with Bad Attitude, and he'll stick with Rapid Attack. drawn 2, only 56 on his back. He must have a big chance here as well.
Yeah, he must. Last time he finished off really strongly on that 1500 meters, which was relatively too short for him. He'll definitely appreciate the step up to the 1850. I was also a bit surprised to see Manuel Nunes leave bad attitude for him, but he takes a lot of time and patience with this horse at track work. I think he's the first horse that he rides every morning at track work, so Manuel Nunes definitely has some special of connection with him.
Okay, yeah, Rapid Attack. I mean, it's quite, I suppose, quite disappointing really that he's only a 2-time winner, because he's run so many good seconds and so many good races behind decent horses, and it's quite surprising that he's only a 2-time winner here in Mauritius. Right, let's get back to Perplexing. Terrific win last time when he beat Al Shiba. Unfortunately, we didn't see him in the Maiden Cup. I think he would have held his own in the Maiden Cup, to be honest with you. I've always had a lot of respect for this horse, Perplexing, from the first time I saw him win, even to, was it when he won, was it the beginning of the season? Yeah, when he beat Uzo. Came from a way back, absolutely smashed Uzo that day. I've got so much respect for this horse. I've always said the further they go, the better he'll be. I definitely think that Perplexing is going to take quite a lot of beating here. He's going to be my first choice. Titi Commandant, another horse that I've had a lot of respect for, got it together last time at decent odds, even though he only had the 54.5. He is stepping up in a bit of class now, and well, not in class, I beg your pardon, in distance, and he won in a 66 last time, but 1850. But if you go back to South Africa, he won over 1700.
Yeah, and he ran up to 2000 meters.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I don't think he's got a problem with the distance. So Titi Commandant, and then Manuel Nunes, the little magician. You know, the fact that he's jumped onto Rapid Attack and he's left bad attitude obviously means something.
You know, I think this horse is going to boil down to a very tactical race, because there's no first runner on paper. There's probably bad attitude, but then again, we have stamina doubts about him. He's got the first barrier, but he's got a massive weight to carry. Is he going to go hard forward, because that's going to suit his stable companion? Perplexing doesn't have a lot of pace early on. Tzitzit Kamadans does have some. I think it's going to boil down to a very tactical race. We'll leave that up to Olivier Placet and Manuel Nunes, but Perplexing definitely needs to win, because I know they want to run him in the Coupe des Présidents, and that's a 60+ race, so he needs point to win.
Okay. All right, perfect. Right, let's move over to the feature race. It is the 1400 meter, the Porsche Princess Margaret Cup. It is a weight for age Group 1, and this race always turns out to be a very, very exciting race. Right, the main opposition, I suppose, when we look at these weight for age races, you've got to have a look at horses that have performed well at weight for age. Sort of, obviously, the higher handicapped horses are much better off in the weights. Obviously, Baritone, Hard Day's Night, even Table Bay, they get to carry the same weight as horses that are a lot lower handicapped than that they are. I mean, let's have, for instance, a horse like Baritone's carrying 58, and then you got Rule the Night, who's rated 67, and there's only a half a kilogram difference. So these weight for ages, I feel you always have to look for the horses that have performed well in the classics and the weight for age races, and then you'll probably find your winner. The horse that springs to mind, number 5, Black Cat Back. That was a terrific run in the Barbie Cup when he ran third to White River. We've all seen what White River does. Who was second on that day? Who?
Cool at heart.
Oh, that's right, Cool at Heart, yeah, 100%. That was a terrific finish. Now I remember, yeah, Black Cat Back and Cool at Heart were on the inside. White River came up on the outside. Yeah, that was a terrific race. He's drawn 3. He's 5 kilograms better off with Rule the Night, who beat him last time, a short head. I can't see Rule the Night turning that around, especially from the 11 draw. And I do believe that this horse absolutely loves the 1400. And, well, he hasn't run over 1400 in Mauritius. All of his wins in South Africa were over 1400. So he is a 1400 specialist. He's working well. Everything's just pointing towards Black Cat Back winning the Princess Margaret.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, he's a horse that has cost a lot of money to bring here. I know his early objective in the season was to win the Duchess, but unfortunately he had some setbacks. But he's a horse that has been bought for the big races, and like you mentioned, all his win has been over 1400 meters, so that's definitely his main target this season. He's drawn 3, drawn 2 now actually with the emergency coming out. I do believe that Olivier Placet will hold all the cards in his hands, that is World Tag, Rule the Night, Horse Gods, all the horses will be drawn on his outside. So he chooses if he wants to lead or he doesn't sit back. So
and I don't think he has to lead, does he? I mean, exactly. look at that run in the Barbie where
Cool as Heart led and he just followed and fired.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think he has to lead. Someone actually asked me that question in the week. What if Wolgerine is quicker than him and goes? Well, it doesn't matter because, like I said, there was a terrific run when he set up second behind White River.
At least he won't be wide because he's got that second barrier in his favor. So I'm going to stick with Black Cat back. In fact, I'm going to make him a strong first choice. But to go against you, I won't go with the barrier tune and hard days. I'll prefer the younger horses. I like Voltag. He's been so impressive this season, a real revelation. I'm going to give him a chance at level weights, even if I think he's not that advantaged to it. But he's such a genuine performer. I'm sure he's going to be right there. And then Horse Gods. Horse Gods is a horse that I love. He's a top-class sprinter. I've seen an interview of Pritam Debi. He says that the horse has fully recovered. He's 100% fit. Is he fit enough to win? We don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But barrier 10 will probably kill his chances a little bit. But he's such a genuine horse. I'll keep him for the places.
Okay. All right. Well, the reason why I'm going to go against Voltag is have a look at their last run on the 17th of August, where barrier 10 at 61, hard day's night 60.5. And Voltag, well, he had 54.5. So there's 6.5 kilograms difference for a length beating. Yeah. And I just think it's going to be quite tough for Voltag. But he carries on, he surprising me. But 6.5 kilos for a length beating, that's a lot, you know. So that's why I'm going to go with horses that, like I mentioned before we even started this race, horses that have done well at weight for age. And I think Baritone always rises to the occasion in these weight for age races. Right, 1650, benchmark 31. It is the 7th race, probably the toughest race on the card as far as I'm concerned. I liked Southern Sun. He has run in a 1650, and that was a benchmark 46. So that was 3 divisions higher, and he got beat 3.5 lengths by Bad Attitude. He went off to the front that particular day. The jockey dropped his stick there on that day as well. So Southern Sun, obviously the question mark is the 1650. But you know, if he leads here from drawn 1, an easy lead, he probably could maybe hang on, but I would have been a lot happier if it was a 1500 or a 1450. But 1650 probably stretching him a little bit. But like I said, it was a good run behind Bad Attitude over 1650 when Imran Chisti dropped his stick. But I'm a little bit worried about the actual distance. Other horses, Wordbuster, if I'm not mistaken, he's a 2 to follow, yeah. That was a good run behind Euroclodian last time, in a benchmark 36, 1 division higher. Unfortunately, poor draw. Napoli's done quite well. You can't ignore him. And then one horse that I thought ran a good race last time behind the Jazz Singer. Remember, he finished just behind Southern Sun, did Mr. Green Street.
If I'm not mistaken, he's also one of your 2 to follow.
Yeah, I've got 2 in the same race, yeah, Wordbuster and Mr. Green Street. So they're both horses that I've wanted to follow. And I suppose they must have a chance, especially in this race. I mean, even sort of Man from Seattle, you can't ignore him. He's been quite a controversial horse, Man from Seattle. Tippy Tib was a good debut. So looks like the 7th race is a tough race. Before I hand over to Shaheel, let me just give you my trifecta. I'm going to go Southern Sun, Wordbuster, Mr. Green Street. So Southern Sun and my 2 horses that I've been following, Wordbuster and Mr. Green, that'll be my trifecta.
I also think I'll go with Southern Sun. Like you said, from barrier 10 last time to finish second, that was a good effort. He's now cracks the barrier 1. Should get the run of the race. If he doesn't have to lead, he could probably follow and fire again. Tipu Tip has improved a lot. I've seen a track work. He's still very green, but his sectional times over the workouts has been pretty good. He's drawn 2. Manuel Nunes in the irons. I'm sure he's going to have a plan from there. And then Wordbuster, now your 2 to follow of last time. I was pretty impressed the way he finished. With that barrier 11, he's obviously going to have to come from off the pace. So I reckon I'll go with the trifecta, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well there we go. The 7th race probably is the toughest race on the card, so you want to add a couple of horses there as far as your pick 8 is concerned. Well, if you are still running in the pick 8, I think it's you can be brave enough to banker this horse, number 2, It's Him. If you got him as a banker, I don't think you have to worry too much. But there was a very, very impressive win last time when he jumped off plenty of speed. In fact, he was in the front after 3 strides with his ears pricked. And I don't think that, I would imagine the tactics are going to stay the same. Obviously, there is volatile energy in the race, but I think it seems a lot quicker. He's drawn 2, whereas volatile energy will be drawn 8. But, you know, when this horse won, we did mention that he's obviously a lot better than what his rating suggests. Yeah. He went from a 21 up to a 26. I think this horse will go right up to a 36, 41, maybe even higher, you know. So once again, It's Him. I think he'll pull off his second win from his second start. I make him very, very hard to beat. If there's any sort of dangers, I suppose Signor's guessed That was a good run to cash call first time out. He has improved quite a bit in training. So I see they're trying the tongue tie for the first time. And then Volatile Energy, well, he's put some nice races together. Consul of War, Taranaki, Till Dawn, even Vasa. These aren't bad horses that he's run behind, but at the end of the day, I think the youngster is going to be quite hard to beat.
Yeah, last time he won with plenty left in the tank. It was like a barrier trial to him, so that's why I'm not too worried, because he's still a 3-year-old and he's coming back only after 3 weeks. There must be somewhere someone who's thinking probably the Sengren syndrome, but he hasn't shown any sign of that at track work. He's working really, really well. He's going to be very hard to beat. His biggest danger, like you mentioned, Sinio's Guess. I think one more stride and he probably would have beaten Cash Call last time. Cash Call ran out there, ran a superb second next time out. And then for third, Manolet, I think you mentioned him on Wednesday. He's been working well. I think he lost the race at the start last time at the 990, better suited to the 1450. Drawn 6, Randall Simon's riding well at the moment. Probably for the third choice, Manolet.
Okay, well there we go. That's the 8 races. Like I said, a couple of tough races, like the 1st and the 7th. But I think there are 1 or 2 bankers on the card. My bankers, it's going to be in the last race. I'm going to bank him in my pick 8. So, like I said, if I get through to the 7th or after the 7th race, I'm not going to be too worried. I think that It's Him should put it off. Your banker for the afternoon show?
I would imagine it's him too, but I really like the chances of Black Cat back and Perplexing too. I think it's going to be a good if Gujadhur stable tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, even Roman Dancer as well.
Yeah.
So the Gujadhurs looks like they've got a nice string of runners, and Olivier Place. Even maybe if you want to have a couple of rupees on the top trainer and top jockey for the day, looks like they have got some top runners for the afternoon, and this maybe not a bad little bet to go for the trainer and the jockey of the day.
Yeah. Did you manage to find a value bet?
No, I didn't. It's tough. It's tough to find a value bet. To be honest with you, I haven't even had a look at the betting. I just looked at my bank in the last. It's Him, and that's I'm going to go away. Have you got a value bet for us?
I think Artax is quite nice at 600 rupees. If you can lead with Tejesh Jaglal, probably a good value bet.
Yeah. Okay, well that's Shaheel's value bet for us. Tough race that first race, but probably that's why we're getting a decent price on Artax. But I do agree with you. There was a nice win last time, and at 600 rupees, probably worth a couple of rupees. Right, there we go. That's it. Remember, next week, Wednesday, will be Jeu de Galop, where we will be talking about the Princess Margaret Cup, and we will be talking about a couple of horses going on to the future. There's not many meetings left, and hopefully we find a couple of winners to make some money for Christmas.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Thanks very much for joining us. Goodbye.